This is a little video about somebody who danced at a party about 14 months ago and had pain in their ankle from that moment. Didn't injure themselves that they could recall, but could only associate the pain they got the next morning from doing the dance. So what was it about that dance that created the pain, and what was it that freed them of it? This video just explains a little case study that might help you relate to some of the pains in your life and help you figure a way out to release it. So gentleman danced on a night out, danced like dad dancing. We've all done it. You know, you think, I haven't danced so long like this for ages, and it's fun and exciting, and maybe push your body a bit and you ache the next morning. And this gentleman did that exact same thing. Didn't feel any pain at the time, but noticed the next morning his ankle was a little bit sore. Now, it wasn't any kind of dancing he hadn't done before, so it wasn't that unusual for him, but he made the association with the pain that he had to the physical elements or movements from the night before, and he had that pain for 14 months. No change in it at all, every single day, the same pain since. And I had it checked out and had x-rays and everything came back normal. Just said, you know, we don't know what else you can do with it. When you ask, you can examine someone physically and you'll find the pain on some movements, or it's reproducible. It's pretty straightforward, and you might think it's the structures you're moving and they are relevant, but if they were injured, they heal within 3 months. If there was a trauma, then he'd describe one. But if it's just something normal, somebody normally can do, and maybe I haven't done it for a while, but it's just a normal thing, why would it cause pain if there wasn't really trauma? So he's doing something in a very excited fashion, something that he's lost himself in the moment, but why would he access that feeling with such intensity, and why would it create pain in his ankle? When you ask about what else was going on in his life prior to that time, he's a dog lover and he lost 3 dogs, all 3 dogs. He'd lost his mum and his dad that preceding year, and it'd been a terrible time for him, and he'd almost lost his mojo, which is totally understandable when someone's been overwhelmed with that much traumatic circumstances. So his body's in that state of distress. He said, but when he looks back at it, he said, I just cracked on. So he's still in the state of each of those moments of grief, and your body holds on to that state, holding his breath without realizing, over breathing, under breathing, reliving the distress of what happened and what he could have done or couldn't have done, reflecting on it, reliving the experience each time, and quietly going around telling everyone he's fine. And then this one night is this moment where he's probably in a family party or something like that, where he was an opportunity to almost have joy and fun again. But the body recognizes that excitement as more overload without having dealt with the charges that are present from before. So for all he's doing something fun and something exciting and something enjoyable, that actually looks like to the organism that's regulating everything that's gone on as something else that's overloading. So it uses that part of the body to reflect back on that the next day to say, do you realise this was a bridge too far, this is something else? But when you interpret that signal as damage, and really there wasn't any explanation for damage, and if there was, it would have gone within 3 months, then every time you feel that pain, it represents an opportunity to react to it again. And how does someone normally react to pain? Well, they'll do it with their default, and if that's to push through again, they've missed the opportunity to recognise how it's been linked to the emotional overload of their life. And as soon as he saw that, and he realised that these were components in his pain as well as the physical area he felt it, he had that epiphany. I saw him a week later. I just showed him some simple breathing techniques and reflected on how hard he'd pushed himself. That was it. I didn't show him anything for his ankle. I saw him a week later. He said, my pain's gone. And he said, it occasionally comes back when I'm doing something. There might be a physical cue or cue that's invisible to him, that's more of an emotional charge. He said, I just slow down, do my breathing. He said, and it goes. He said, it's like a painkiller. And so I said, the next phase for him, you don't do it just when the pain comes, although now you've got something that's a nice element of control when it appears. So you do that breathing technique when you don't even think you need it. You do it because you're worth doing. And once you start to sprinkle that in your day, and once you start to do it, and it surprises your nervous system that it's on its way up without you even noticing sometimes, it just sets that balance point much, much lower, and it sets one that essentially is pain-free. I hope that's another reminder or another situation that you could look at when somebody else's life, and might be able to reflect on your own at this, and also the simple things you can employ that can start to reverse persistent pain.